I know. You read the title of this Skype call and was like, bitch, what you doing? And what you talking about? Why are you talking about Dabisha? And I guess this may be the last Skype call of the year. The Tired Ass Award Show is coming next year. Cannot wait. Top of the next year. And we're going to talk about the bops and the flops of 2021. But I wanted to do a Skype call before the end of this year. And I talked about Sweetie, and I just want to talk about Dababy. And I think the reason why is because Dababy this year was one of my biggest topics this year of a Skype call. And for good reason, for what happened of that crazy ass rant, bitch. That insane ass rant that he did during Rolling Loud Miami. Oh, my arms look crazy. Ooh, wow. I look good. I was just talking to my boyfriend and I'm just thinking and I'm talking. And I was like, babe, do you think Dababy is actually canceled? And the reason why I say that is because, well, one, he got invited to come back to Rolling Loud. And, here's the thing. The internet culture about cancellation is interesting, right? So, the cancellation thing on the internet is not really technically real. You can stop a couple of shows. Companies will probably back out for a minute while the hype is up. But once the hype dies down, which it has, which is probably why you're looking at me like, why are you talking about Dabisha? Because that story has came and gone. But here's the thing. I don't think, to me personally, for my community, the story is here and gone. And I know for predominantly of the Black community, right? The Black community looks at Dababy, and Dababy still has a lot of fans. His core demographic and core audience is looking at people like me, like, shut the fuck up, you're crying for what? His fans and my people, as far as Black people, was just like, yeah, you can't keep Dababy down. Anybody gonna stop supporting Dababy because a couple of gay people or whatever he said is probably true. People having their views and their opinions, which they're completely obligated to have. And then I got to thinking and I said, so how is people like Rolling Loud letting Dababy come back and perform? What examples does that set? Because let's be honest, something did happen to Dababy's numbers, right? So after the whole thing happened, Dua Lipa came out and just said, bitch, Levitating is now just mine. Take his credits off the Billboard. Streaming wise is still there. You can't take away his coin from that. And he still made his money from Levitating already, right? But that now has been his last and final commercial big thing. If you think about it, Dababy was on his way to be one of a pop star. He was on his way to be a global pop star, a rapper, but yet known in the pop sphere as a pop star, right? And just be that person that's mainstream, had the mainstream wrapped around his hand. And then when that happened, of course, the mainstream backed off, but he still has his demographic. He still has the people that listen to Dababy did not care about what happened, did not really care about how it happened, just really cared about Dababy. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking I don't think Dababy will ever have the mainstream again. And I would hope he doesn't. And this is my thought going into 2022. Going into 2022, I got to thinking, I said, who is to me, a big flop this year? And Dababy takes number one on my list. And it's not because of his music flopping, just more so the brand of Dababy has that weight is no longer there. He and his fan base think that, well, I can triumph over whatever. But to be quite honest, I think what put the nail in the coffin was the whole Danny Lee situation, or Danny Lay. Sorry, girl. I believe that was what put the nail in the coffin, with him mistreating his baby mother like that and his daughter like that, and showing that he has this godlike mentality of, I could do whatever I want and nothing's going to happen to me. I can kick this girl out. I can put her on live, make her look insane, and look how she comes back in the house and just sits here like a good girl. And just sits here and do what I need her to do. Look what I can do. I'm that nigga, right? I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And then a story develops, and then I had people email me, and I love being connected with my leaders in the LGBTQIA plus fucking community, because they emailed me and said, before it was a public news, do you know Dababy never followed up with us with the HIV organizations and stuff like that? He never followed up with us. It was a press thing. So you're ready to have some tea, right? I said, that's funny that it was a press thing, because when I made that Skype call, Dababy's team, my team, was in somewhat of a talk, not nothing official, but very much on the table, of having Dababy come over on the channel, sit down and talk about what happened. And then there was another situation that was going to happen with Dababy that didn't happen, but a show on HBO was to sit down and all of us sit down and talk to Dababy about his actions. That never came. And I knew why, I had talked to my team and I told them, I said, I don't think this is going to happen due to the fact that Dababy is not going to be ready for the real flack. He's not going to be ready for a real somebody. Because see, the thing is, I'm not, as much as I am in the industry, I've kind of made my own lane in this industry where I don't follow the rules. I don't follow what is politically correct or what you're supposed to do as an influencer and blah, blah, blah. Bitch, I say what I want to say. I say what I want to say because I believe in having that realism still, even when you're in the industry. I've gotten known and I have a connection with you guys for a real truthful opinion. And when that opportunity came to my door, I was like, I'll do it, but the only way I'll do it is if he's really gonna talk. If we're really gonna talk. It's not gonna be no political, his team hand me a sheet of what I cannot say and what you should not say. And girl, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So when I saw Dababy come out and say, I'm meeting with, I've met with HIV organizations and aid organizations and gotten education and sat down to talk to them, and I'm donating this and I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to be involved. I said, so his team went with that marketing ploy. His team went with that marketing ploy? That's what your team went with? And the thing is, I keep so much to myself because one, it's not my business. Two, I value my relationships within this industry, so I don't want to talk if it's not none of my business to talk about. But that situation got under my skin because I was in talks with having a real moment with Dababy. And this is not, I don't want this to come off like I'm shitty that it didn't happen. Like I'm trying to act like, shitty that I didn't have a sit down with Dababy. Bitch, please. That's no. It's not the case here. The case is bullshit to the public. And yet you're still performing at Rolling Loud like it's nothing happening and you're still acting like nothing happened. Because it didn't. Let's talk about it. I feel like the 2 weeks that, he really got scrutiny for what happened and what he said really impacted his career. Yes. However, the long term of it did not. He didn't learn shit. Dababy did not learn not a damn thing from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he don't have the mainstream grip like he had once before, but bitch, it didn't change anything for this person. You know what I'm saying? And I look at Dababy like that was some cowardly shit. I'm calling you out. That was some cowardly shit. Because if you really about that life, let me talk about it. If you really want to be about that life, if you're really going to talk your shit, if you're really going to, say that ignorant shit on stage and only say sorry because you was told it was wrong, okay? I'm going to donate to these organizations. I'm going to talk to these organizations. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to make things right. Let me do a public apology, a public sit down with people in the community because it needs to be said. I need to understand. Since I made these public ass comments, I want to do this public ass something to make sure I, am being held accountable. I look at this and I say, so is Dababy really actually canceled? Because Baby Boy, I think, just came out with an EP. Came out with an EP, nobody's talking about it. Just being honest, nobody's talking. I didn't know he came out with an EP until I just looked it up before I made this Skype call. I was like, okay, so clearly you don't have push anymore because it seems like your label is not pushing you. Your artists are flopping, Dababy. Your artists are flopping. And that one girl you got on your label, that one girl, Baby, Kilo, Cash, Kilo, Keloid, one of her names. I feel bad for her because she's never going to have a fulfilling career because she's under your wing. And because, female rap usually correlates with the gay community, she won't have that because she's associated with you. Damn, are you really canceled? No, not completely. However, it is starting to trickle down for you. I don't see Dababy, I don't see you having a mainstream collab again. I don't see an artist bigger than you hopping on a track with you to make a bigger track. I think those days have passed. At least I hope they've passed. Because the thing about homophobia in the Black community and just in the world in general is it's overlooked. It's looked at as, those poor LGBTQI plus people. Those poor LGQQ, they make a joke about our shit. Those poor people, they're always crying about something. And God forbid you being a black gay man talking about it, because now it's like, why are you hating on a black man? What? Chill. Are you serious? Dababy, you genuinely do not like this community at all. And it shows, because your follow-up with this was, let's just let it die down. If we don't say any more about it, if we don't do any more about it, everybody would kind of shut up and let it go away. And that's what got under my skin. That's what got under my skin. I thought you were going to be real and make something happen. And even if it wasn't just talking to me, fuck me. If it was just talking to somebody in my community that would have given you good advice and a good talk and not politically talk. Because let me tell you something, that the political, the LGBTQ plus, like IA plus, like talk about, like, you know, it's just kind of soft. It's not really pushing. It's kind of just, it's very political, very like, hey, treat us, you know, the them, theys, and the I's, and the, you know, they treat it real soft, right? I didn't want that talk, bitch. I wanted somebody to get up in that ass. You know what I mean, girl. I needed somebody to get up and talk to him for real. Like, this is the shit that you said that was ignorant, bitch, period. And not even just what you said, what you now doing, because now it's like, there is no remorse. 2021, I just like, one thing about the internet I do not like is that we let shit go like it's nothing. Like, we'll let it go, bitch. We'll let it go. We'll let it go. Like, fuck it. Oh, well, that was cute 2 weeks ago, you know, that was interesting. No, I don't support Dababy at all. And I know me talking about him right now is like, why are you even talking about him? Because it brings attention to him. But I want to bring attention. My point of this Skype call was to bring attention to the matter that it was a press moment by having a conversation and donating to the HIV and the AIDS organization and stuff like that, and never following back up. That, why do you think that's the case? And why is that story not blowing up? Why him not following up with these organizations is not a story. It's not a mainstream story. It's not. It's been swept under the rug. And I'm not going to let that, I'm not here for it. I'm just not here for it. I'm sorry, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for, I'm going to do this. This is how I'm sorry. The bullshit apologies get on my nerves, bitch. I do not like that. I hate that. I hate it. Because now he's still free to go and promote his music, do his music, and perform on shows and perform at festivals, and still perform at Rolling Loud, which is insane to me. Like, if I was Rolling Loud, bitch, you would not be able to perform at Rolling Loud no more. At all. So moving forward, of course, this will be my last Skype call about Dababy, at least hopefully if we don't do nothing else stupid. But I want to make sure I shared my side of the story with what happened after that Skype call, you know, where it could have been something revolutionary for my community, the black community, rap, homophobia and rap. And I wanted that to happen. But then I saw him and his team take the very, very easy route of, okay, well, let's just have a conversation behind the scenes, off camera, nobody knows about it, with these HIV and AIDS organizations, and then not follow up with them at all to donate nothing and not talk to them ever again. Just give me a headline that kind of makes it seem like I learned my lesson. Bitch, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that. My community is worth more than that. I'm sorry. It is. My community is worth way more than just a marketing ploy to make us shut up. Bitch, please. So, with your career flopping the way it's flopping, I live. I don't think you will have the mainstream thing, because the thing people need to realize that the queens are everywhere. The girls, if you know what I mean, we're everywhere in the mainstream media. So I do feel as though the girls are stopping him from touching that again. But I want to make sure that the world knows and that the community knows that I haven't forgotten. And I know my community hasn't forgotten. And we will never forget. We may forgive, bitch, we will forgive. We're a loving community, girl. We're a loving community. We will forgive, but we won't forget. So that's all I have to say. I don't look for Dabisha in 2022. I won't be looking for Dabisha in 2022, bitch. But I just know ending 2021 with what happened and the homophobia in my black community and the hip hop community, I want to make sure that it's not swept under the rug in my eyes. That shit is not swept under the rug. I didn't just forget about it and we're moving on to the next topic. I want to make sure I close out the year knowing, like, I still remember what happened. You still have really not learned from your mistakes at all because you're still treating people like shit, like they're disposable. Even somebody that had your own child. I love you bitches for watching as always. If this is the last video and Skype call of the year, I love you bitches so much. And I will catch you in 2022. Bye.